From the Bob Mills Weather Center, Oklahoma weather expert, Justin Rudicel.
Well, if you've been out here this afternoon, you notice the north wind has arrived. A cold front is sweeping through the state, and that will knock our temperatures down. More tolerable levels here over the next couple of days, much cooler than compared to the 120 and 125, what it's actually been feeling like outside in the last week or so with all that heat and humidity. You can see right now a couple clouds around, lots of sunshine here across the metro, and that north breeze. As we look at our Lucky Star Skycam network, as a satellite right now shows a little piece of energy, but not much lift in the atmosphere or energy or moisture to deal with, but this could produce a couple showers here as it slides off to the south. The cold front, the surface cold front, is now pushing its way down to the south, and there have been a couple gusty thunderstorms down across south central Oklahoma with some rain, a little bit of lightning, some gusty winds up to around 40 to 45. Not much here across the metro, but can you tell where the cooler airs try to come in, as it felt like the middle to upper 90s to low 100s off to the north compared to 110 early this afternoon before we started to get cool down a little bit here across the metro to nearly 115 for all of east, southeast, and south central Oklahoma. It's been another toaster of a day, a little toasty out there, and it's been hot, toasty, searing, nasty over the last week. We had record high temperatures last weekend, and then we continued with the 100s. Officially 99. We did not hit the century mark after 7 consecutive days over the 100-degree mark, and we will not do it for several days. Our next chance may be by the end of the week, but we might be seeing a couple high temperatures into the 80s in some locations over the next 2 or 3 days. So yes, we're talking about a pretty good cold front that'll knock temperatures what they feel like some 30 degrees compare what they have here today. 96 degrees, a north wind at around 10. The dew point, the measure of moisture, is still up there. It will be with us all night long. We'll start to dry conditions out with the humidity levels throughout the day tomorrow. Okay, so another warm, humid evening with those north winds. As temperatures still into the 90s to mid 90s to lower 100s. But look out the panhandle, upper 70s to low 80s. That's where the true colder air and somewhat drier air is trying to filter in. But notice the dew point level still in the muggy category. So warm and humid for your Saturday evening. It looks dry here across the metro with a couple clouds around. Slight chances of a couple showers and thunderstorms developing here across the metro late tonight, tomorrow morning. More on that here coming up. But right now, look at Next Gen Live. There's a couple of those gusty thunderstorms. We did have one severe thunderstorm down towards Waurika there in Jefferson County, but it went up, it went down, and that's about it. Lightning, some heavy downpours if you're traveling south. So that'll be the case for a couple more hours. We lose the daytime heating. That front continues to slide off to the south. And then that piece of energy I was talking about in the satellite, couldn't rule out an isolated shower developing here late this evening and into the overnight. As look at the cooler air, 70s and 80s. That rain, pop-up rain there in Atlanta, Georgia for the Gulf at 99 degrees for a high temperature. And then look at all the low 100s here across south central Oklahoma as the heat is getting smashed just a little bit by this cold front that'll bring in some drier, cooler air. With a piece of energy tonight, showers, maybe a couple thunderstorms off to the south, temperatures 60s and 70s. So a very warm, humid overnight still, as we'll get rid of those rain chances tomorrow morning into the afternoon as that drier air filters in. By tomorrow afternoon, a little bit less humidity. We'll struggle to hit the upper 80s. Yeah, upper 80s for highs. We'll go for 88 here across Oklahoma City, middle 80s to the south or north, and then low 90s off towards the south with that northeast wind continuing on Monday. And looking ahead towards next weekend, OU and OSU, it's going to be hot games for both. Temperatures back up in the 90s because another heat wave is going to build on in above average temperatures late week into Labor Day weekend with those upper 90s to near 100-degree high temperatures, and it looks dry over the next 9 days other than a spotty shower possible first thing tomorrow morning. So enjoy the somewhat cooler air over the next couple of days. Much more on news, weather, and sports coming up here at 10 o'clock. Have a great evening.